Alright guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to detail the callouts. Okay, we've got to take care of a little business. I'm going to show you an easy way to do it. This is really cool. First thing I'm going to do is close off some of these other open drawings and just leave these two right here. My main stair drawing, and then this one, which is right now callout number 1. Okay, but to be able to view this well, okay, I'm going to come over here where it says Tile Views. I'm going to click on that. It's going to tile out my views. I've got my main stairs over here. And then I've got my callout 1, which is this one right here, over here. Okay, I do this so I can basically draw from here. I can just copy what I've got here, because that's what I'm doing. I'm copying it over here and giving a closer look at it. So we want to spread this open a little bit further. And actually we got to do the whole floor thing again. We got to click on the floor, hide and view, click on the drywall, hide and view, click on the railings, and hide it in view. And this basically what this is it's focusing on the connective structure right there. So it's focusing on the connective structure. And I'm going to draw it first. That's the first thing I'm going to do. So remember, now here I'm going to draw a little bit more detail. Okay, here, because I'm taking a closer look. So a lot of these steps are going to have some more lines and stuff like that on them. Okay, so I'm going to start out and we'll take detail line, and just a straight line, and I'm going to draw it right across here, going over. Now this one will actually end up going a little bit further, but for now I'm just going to draw it right there. I'm going to offset it like I did last time. ¼ inch, because this is my floor cover. This is my floor finish material. Set it down there. Okay, so this level line, level 2 line, has to come to the very top of that floor level in drawing. Okay, it's the only room to draw. All right, next one is going to be offset 3/4, and that's going to be that plywood goes right there. Okay, now I'm going to draw me some 5/8 drywall. And if you want to, you can. If you kind of understand what's going on and think you draw this on your own, go right ahead and just skip this video and draw this all in here. Maybe come back at the end to figure out, make sure you got it all right. Draw this all over here. I don't know why I didn't just draw an offset, but I do things weird ways sometimes. All right, I'm going to close off this right here. Okay, and we'll come right here. I'm going to come 1/4 inch down, because this is going to have the same floor material. I'm going to put the same floor material right on top of my stairs. I'm going to put a line right there, because that's going to be a nosing. They're going to actually cut that independently, and they're going to cut that on the site and kind of put it up there as a nosing. It's going to be a solid piece of wood. And I got to put one over here too. So how do you draw a nosing? Well, you want to come out 1 inch, go down 3/4 inch on this particular nosing, and then angle it 45 degrees right there. We got to bring our floor right there. I'm going to shrink this one down, because our floor actually wants to extend over the top of that nosing. All right, structure. 3.5 this way. Come all the way down. From here, go all the way down, go up 1.5 inches, draw a plate, and down 1.5 inches, draw a plate, cross it out. Then come in here. What did I draw in there? 2x4? I forgot. Well, actually, I'm over here. I didn't draw it correctly. Okay, I was really supposed to draw a specific length. I'm going to have to draw it as a 2x4 because I don't have enough room to go with a 2x6. So it's going to be drawn to 3.5 inches. Okay. Now, of course, I'm not saying this is drawn exactly right. Drawing to the best of my knowledge. Of course, this is where you as a drafter and or architect would probably work with the builder. You say, hey, I'm trying to draw this detail. I need a little bit of help with it. You know, and the builder will come over, or y'all get together in some shape, form, or fashion, and he will, y'all will discuss and draw out the, and figure out how you're supposed to draw this out. Okay. All right, so all the structural pieces are there. And again, this is different because I didn't draw this one right. So we'll go back and fix that one later. Okay, now I'm going to start putting some filled regions here and there. First filled region I'm going to do is a diagonal crosshatch, and it's going to be from my plywood. And I'm doing these treads first because I can't draw the riser, or do the shading for the risers at the same time because I can't have overlapping lines. Okay, so there is our plywood. Oops. And I was using invisible lines on that, so I'm going to select that again. I'm going to go back into edit mode. Okay, and I'm going to select all those, change my lines back to thin lines, check mark, there we go. So I got our lines back. And now I'm going to do the risers, change this back to thin lines, trace out my risers. Okay, so those are done. And these are going to be like hardwood. I'm trying to think, did I draw that right? Yeah. These are going to be like hardwood nosings. So I'm going to do another filled region. And I'm going to do a wood pattern. Okay. There's my wood pattern. And actually, we need to change the scale here too. That wood pattern will show up better. We need to change this one to 1.5, 1. That's what I want to do these at, 1.5, 1. Okay. Now everything is drawn. All we have to do now is annotate. So I'm going to go here to the annotate tool. Choose that one right there with the angled elbow. I'm going to have to make one, I'm pretty sure, yep. So I'm going to edit type. And I think, if I remember correctly, duplicate, we make this 1/16 inch anno, or I just do anno. All right, and then I'm going to come here and change my text size right here to 1/16. I'm also going to change my text style to something a little funner, to a city blueprint. Right there. Apply, okay. And then I start annotating things. So I'm going to start right here. Or maybe I'll start with the nosing. Let's start with the nosing. You don't have to. Okay, so that is a 1-inch hardwood nosing. Okay, now here, what's really important, we do want to line up all of our annotations as best we can, but we're going to have a lot that are not lined up. It's really important, especially if they're not lined up, that you pay attention to your leader angles. Keep your leader angles all very, very closely similar. Now, I'm not asking you to get out and measure the angle of your leaders, but do draw them, by eyesight to about that same angle. Okay, and this is, trying to remember what I used there, 5/8 inch plywood face panel. And I call it a face panel because some plywood doesn't have a pretty face to it. Okay, this one is going to. This is going to have, one side is not going to be pretty. That's going to be the side that's facing over here. But the other side is going to be pretty and smooth. So I can sand it, I can stain it, I can do stuff like that. Or, I might ever just go back and put laminate over. You never know. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to start here. Okay, I'm going to do my flooring. So this is 1/4 inch laminate flooring. Okay, and this is one that's not going to be quite lined up, but you see I'm going to get that same angle, or very close to that same angle. And this is, I think it was 3/4 inch plywood tread. And that's just the structural tread. The other tread is going to be on top of it. That's the pretty stuff. That's going to be laminate. Okay, this is going to be a new one for you. I'm going to label this stringer. Okay, and it's a 2x12. I think it's a 2x12. I'm not sure what Revit used there, but that's typically what we use, 2x12. Of course, you can use 2x8s and stuff like that too. Let's see, I might try to measure it here in just a second, see what it is. 2x12, okay, D period, F period, V period, G period. That stands for Douglas fir vertical grain. And I'll show you what the difference between the two are here in a minute. Okay, stringer. Back. Okay, so let's go back here to this right here to Google. Okay, so vertical grain, here's a piece of vertical grain wood. See how the wood is vertical to its width, okay? And that's basically the direction that our stringers are going to be too. So this actually adds strength to that. Here's a picture that shows, how wood is cut. So all these pieces would be vertical grain. But if I took this piece right here and maybe set it over here in that same orientation, then I would have what's called flat grain, okay? It wouldn't be vertical, it would be flat. So that's the difference between the two. There is a strength difference. The vertical grain also lasts longer, the weather's better, and all that kind of good stuff. And actually, I'm supposed to be working over here. Okay, so that's your vertical grain stringer. All right, and here I'm going to do this one. I think we can take it all the way out of here. Actually, let's do this first. Let's get this up here. And I don't know what I just did. I think I was drawing a line, text. Okay, 12-inch floor truss. This is a 2x4 ledger. Okay. Down here, I don't really have to label the drywall, but I want to put a region on it so they can see that it is drywall. So I am going to get a different type here, duplicate, call this drywall. Okay, I'm looking here for gypsum wallboard in the patterns. Sand, gypsum plaster, that's what it is. And it really just looks the same as sand. And then fill it in. Okay, there's gypsum plaster. All right, now right here we're going to have that hanger. We got that hanger right here, so we're going to draw the hanger in. And let's take it down to about right there. I'm going to fill that one with steel. So annotate, fill region, duplicate, steel, and find the one for steel, which is right here. Okay, so there's our steel. All right, trying to see if there's anything else we need to do here. And no, we don't. Okay, so that one's done. And I am going to finish the other two later. I'm going to finish it right now. So this should definitely get you started and get you completing on the way to completion for this stair detail.